Second quarter, we go into halftime, 9-0. Blue Ridge leads the Mingus Marauders. We'll be back to Mingus High School after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good times, and good friends. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Susan Grant, General Manager at Renegades, inviting you to visit us, Renegade Steakhouse. We do things with a style all our own.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Sears Halftime Report. On Facebook, be sure to like Cottonwood Sears for special Sears coupons each Friday and one-of-a-kind deals from your local Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center. In just a moment, we'll have a recap of the first half, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. Now, let's head back live to the press box. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Mingus High School here at the half. Lakeside with the lead, 9-0 over the Marauders. Mingus will have the ball to start the second half of play. And we've got Jay joining us now from Sears, and we'd like to welcome him aboard for our first broadcast of the year. And so far, the Marauders have looked pretty good defensively. They have had their back against the wall. They've given Blue Ridge great field position in this first half, and they've only given up the one touchdown. Of course, the other points coming off of the safety when the Marauders were pinned deep. The kicking game. It hasn't been the catching it and running it part of the kicking game. It's been the ball being downed on the punts around the 2-yard line for the Marauders, and backing them up has been the big difference in this game.
Oh, field position, no doubt. And in fact, that's how it started. The only 2 points in the first quarter was the safety on a punt attempt that Mingus couldn't get out of the end zone. It was blocked and knocked out of the back of the end zone. 2 points to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And then the second quarter, 7:50 left to go in the second quarter, and Tyler Button finds himself a 6-yard run for a touchdown. And the extra point was good. 9-0 is what it is here at halftime. And when you think about it, last year it was 20-0 at halftime when we were in Lakeside for that first game of the season. So, a definite improvement for the Mingus Marauders defensively. Now, holy cow, if we could have gotten a little bit of offense, I think we would have been absolutely dangerous.
Well, Jay, you remember the game last year in Lakeside, and the Marauders, one thing that hurt them a lot in that game was the big plays. They gave up long runs, and they've been able to not do that tonight. They've been able to stop the Blue Ridge team from picking up big chunks at once.
Right, and they have. They've kept them short plays. Unfortunately, field positions hurt them. So they've looked great so far. I mean, this is, I expected much worse in the first half. This is fantastic. I'll definitely take this.
So, Jay, as I understand it, you decided that you were going to join the Blue Crew, huh?
I am on the Blue Crew.
You realize
yes,
Mingus
Jay.
is red, right?
Yeah, I know.
But the Yankees wear blue.
Oh, we're not going to. Yes, but the Red Sox, see, they're red.
All right. I'm going to separate you two.
I'm telling you right about now. I'm not.
First time.
Amen.
So what's going on at Sears here in Cottonwood?
Man, Jackie, we've got great things going on. Right now, they've got a great appliance sale going on. 30% off Kenmore Elite Appliances. Top of the line stuff.
Yeah, right.
This is, it's good stuff going on right now. So they've got that. Their normal sales, great salespeople. Come on down, see the team. Maria, Tanya, John, Richard, myself. And, it being locally owned and operated, what a great just asset to our community it is. Being on, Paul and Lisa Peterson are the owners, and Bob Shimko the manager, and it is a great place to work. Great people.
Well, we want them all to come see you, Jay.
Well, they can go see me.
We want to make them make you work a little bit there.
Hey, I'll work at least.
Bring them in.
I think I work,
but
yeah, come on in, see me, yeah. But it's a great sales team. It's great atmosphere. I say, come on down.
Now, in the Food City Shopping Center, just in case somebody is under a rock somewhere and doesn't know where the Cottonwood Sears is or what you guys have, obviously you're not this big, huge department store, but you got all the best stuff. Let's take the clothes and move them out, and let's bring in the Craftsman tools and all the lawn and garden equipment, all the appliances, the electronics.
Right? The tools, and they do.
Labor Day coming up, right?
Yep,
Exactly.
and the Labor Day sales coming up are going to be fantastic. Watch your papers. They'll be in the papers.
It'll be on the radio, too.
It'll be on the radio, too.
Good.
Yes,
right.
Jackie, but the flyers will be in the papers. They can't read it on the radio, but you know what I'm saying. And they'll be in there. Labor Day sales coming up. Lawn and garden stuff is on sale right now. They're blowing that stuff out. Get it out. We got to get ready for the Craftsman stuff coming up at the end of the year.
And it's football season, so football season means you need big screen TVs.
Big TVs.
Especially with the
Super Bowl.
Or replays of Mingus Marauder football.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cable One and Suddenlink Cable Systems. Games also
Cable
available.
Channel 2.
Yes, Cable Channel 2.
Channel 2.
By the way, when is, because every once in a while, and I never seem to catch it, not that I would use it, but when is Senior Day?
Senior Day. Senior Day. Anybody 60 and over?
Right.
Hope I'm right, Paul. Anyways, 60 and over comes in on Senior Day. All right, it's 60 and over now, so I hope I'm all right. Okay. But
Sears just changed their policy across the nation.
Right. Hey, we have that power here.
Oh boy, Jay. Take control.
That's it, huh? I may be fine. No. Anyways, this is it's a great day because your seniors, the elderly in the community get to come in, shop, save that 10%. Basically, Sears 10%. Takes care of the tax on them. So, it's a great day. And then they have their friends and family. Also, that comes up, and you just got to keep your eye out. Look for that banner out by the street. Look for Captain Kenmore.
Captain Kenmore.
Oh, man.
With a cape?
You haven't
seen... Can he fly?
Hello?
Does he do a spin cycle?
He does. You know what? I'm sure if you paid him enough, he would.
All right. Well, on to other things.
Yeah, which is this football game. And the Mingus Marauders, Jackie, have looked pretty good here tonight defensively, and I think they need to get their offense figured out. Let's take a quick break, and we'll get a word from some of our great sponsors, including Sears here in Cottonwood. And we'll be back for more of the halftime show coming up right after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Mingus High School here at the half, Lakeside Blue Ridge leads the Mingus Marauders by a score of 9-0. Last year, Blue Ridge only gave up 6.57 points a game, Jackie. Championships are won with defense. Team went 14-0, won the championship, gave up less than a touchdown a game. And, well, we need to have the Marauders get a little bit above that if they're going to win this one down 9-0 here at halftime.
Yeah, they're going to have to score, well, at least twice. And the other thing is Blue Ridge last year accustomed to scoring 29 points a game as an average. So well under their average already here in this one. So Mingus defensively has to be really proud of that.
Yeah, and they've got to feel like if this is the best team in the state, then we're right up there. And as we continue to progress and get better, when we get a couple players back in a couple weeks, and this team gets better as the season goes on, if this is as good as it gets, we got a shot. Hey, let's look at some of the stats from today's game, however. The Marauders, quarterback Simmons and Tyler Herndon lead the way.
Well, Simmons is 2 for 6, 2 yards, although he had some other completed passes called back on penalties, and so hence no yards on that. Herndon, 3 carries, 46 yards, averaging better than 15 yards a carry. The big one, 39 yards. Unfortunately, lost about 20 of that on penalties. Mingus has 37 yards in penalties here in the first half. That was absolutely crucial. As we take a look at the visiting Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, quarterback Skylar Hill is 3 for 6, 23 yards. And running the ball, Cox has only 4 carries, 12 yards. That is all that he's got in the game.
That's what they did with him last year, if you remember.
Yeah, definitely true. Now, you know, some of it has been important yards. He may have a first down or 2 off of that. Tyler Button has 5 carries and 30 yards, and Chris Johnson 5 carries and 28 yards to go along with that. Now, Blue Ridge only has 108 yards of offense here in this game.
That's about right.
They've been efficient with it, but they've only been playing half court if we can. They're playing on Mingus' side pretty much the whole game.
Well, 109 yards is a little bit more than 100, which would be good for a touchdown, right, Jay? So they got that extra 2 points from those extra 8 yards or 9 yards, right? Yeah.
Okay, statistically we can go that way. Mingus, not the Mingus. We did. Mingus, not the offense that we're quite accustomed to. They've got 2 passing yards. 59 yards on the ground, 61 yards of total offense for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus, defensive sack, the only sack in the game.
Now remember, Simmons has had a couple of balls dropped, and some of them were for a little bit longer yardage, and his stats could look a lot better. And that's the thing on the quarterback is it looks, oh, look, he's 2 for 6 with 2 yards, but there's another 20 or 30 yards that were dropped out there.
Now, Mingus has 2 first downs in the first half. 2 first downs taken away by penalties as well.
Right. Well, you can't have that.
No, exactly. And so, had deep Broyles hit Broyles for a first down pass, got called back on a holding penalty. So Mingus has had way too many flags to make this comfortable in this game. So if we can keep the yellow litter off the field for the Mingus Marauders, I think that'll start going in the right direction.
That's kind of been even in the first half. Blue Ridge has had a couple of flags on them that have backed them up in inopportune moments as well.
No doubts. Jay, we have seen the first game jitters for the Mingus Marauders, the slippery ball.
Well, that's a big point.
It is.
This is the Marauders' first game.
Yes.
Blue Ridge played last week. That makes a big difference. And now maybe in the second half, Mingus has already got those first game jitters out of the way, and maybe in the second half they can come out and make a little run at this Blue Ridge team.
Well, gonna have to be able to find ways to efficiently move between the pass and the run and start to mix it up.
Oh, absolutely, and I think they will. I mean, as long as they get those jitters out from the first half, they come in and play a second half ball game like we know they can and get them out there. I think it's going to be a great second half. So,
as far as I know, those jitters may have been smacked around out of them in the locker room at halftime. Those jitters are gone. A couple chairs against the walls and ready to rock and roll in the second half.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
take a quick break. We'll come back with second half action here at Mingus High School. Not very. I'd like to thank Jay for joining us from Sears, and we'll be back for second half action coming up here from Mingus.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good times, and good friends. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Susan Grant, General Manager at Renegades, inviting you to visit us, Renegade Steakhouse. We do things with a style all our own.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
This has been the Sears Halftime Report. Can you name the top 10 national appliance brands available at your hometown Sears? Ready, set, go! Or cheat and visit your Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center and ask about their price guarantee. If you were at the stadium, you'd be rushing back to your seat right now because half number 2 is getting ready to start. Exciting Mingus Marauder football will return right after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Mingus High School, 9-0. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have the lead.
That's Toronto.
Yeah, that's.
Man, you moved this team out of the country. I mean, I know it's a long drive, but it's not that
cold up there.
The Great White North.
Yeah, that's. I was talking to some people today. We were talking about the trip coming up to Snowflake later this season. There's a reason they call it Snowflake.
Yes, there is. Hey, we got an update between the Badgers and the Bears, a battle of the bees. Hey, I said that right. Prescott leading at halftime 13-0.
13-0, Badgers over Bears. And the Bears are next week's opponent right here, Jackie. And if, I'm sure you don't want to remember, but the Bears beat the Marauders for the first time ever last year.
I was reminded by the radio team for our sister station that they have possession of the imaginary Yavapai Cup.
Well, yeah, we've already cleared off the spot on the shelf again and got it redusted. They may as well just give it back now.
Right.
Hey, and then the week after that is Chino Valley with head coach Chuck Apap.
Right.
How about that? The old Bear coach.
Yep.
Here's the kickoff to start the second half, and it's going to be taken by Herndon from the 6. He fumbles it, picks it up to the 10 to the 15, and gets by the initial defender and across the 20 to about the 22, and actually got a pretty good block down there. I think Broyles was one of the guys, along with 16 Tanner Karen, that gave him a chance to get a couple extra yards and out across the 20.
Tackle made by number 9, a mystery yellow jacket.
Uh-oh. Well, like I said, they got two 32s, a big one and a little one.
That's mini-me.
Yeah. Can they both play at the same time if they're the same guy? First down and 10 Mingus from their 24-yard line from the shotgun. Simmons with the back next to him for protection, takes the snap. Looks left, looks middle, throws over the middle, tipped in, fortunately incomplete as Watson was converging on the ball, and it landed over in the secondary, and it looks like Tanner Karen was the intended receiver.
Man, he was trying to get it to him, and he had found a nice little pocket in that zone. One cut, he might have been able to get some yardage, but you're right, a yellow jacket got a stinger up on that one.
And that young man, since he was born, JB, Tanner Karen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting to be that age, aren't we?
See if he can make a catch here for us. Second down and 10 now, Marauders. From the 24-yard line. Man in motion is Broyles from right to left, and they'll hand off up the middle, and it's not going to get much yardage here for Mingus as the handoff going left-hand side, and it looks like it's 23 with a carry. That's going to be Hanks, Dakota Hanks, with his second carry. He had the first carry of the game, and that time he didn't have any room to run. He lost a yard back to he lost 2 yards back to the 22-yard line, where it's now third down and 12. And whatever Mingus talked about offensively in the locker room so far hasn't played out very well here to start the first drive of the second half. Here's the snap. Simmons drops straight back, looking right this time. He'll throw. He's got a man. Catch made for a first down. Down the right side and breaking a tackle to the 40, to the 50, down the sideline, back to the middle of the field, and not tackled until he's down to the 38-yard line of the Yellow Jackets that time. Catch and run. Alex Brewer with the big first down catch. A senior, 6'3", 195, and he was able to get a lot of yards after the catch that time, which was big for Mingus as the ball's moved across midfield, and they're going to say he's down at the 41-yard line. First down and 10 Mingus from the Yellow Jackets 41.
All right, 37 yards on the reception. That is how you do a third down conversion.
Yeah, third and 12. First and 10 now. Here's a snap. Simmons looks to throw, and he's got it to Herndon with blockers out in front. Herndon looks to get loose on the left side. He does. To the 35 to 30. Finally tripped up and out of bounds around the 26-yard line. Another big first down. 15-yard catch and run that time by Tyler Herndon on the jailbreak screen pass to the left. And the Marauders back-to-back big plays have moved down in near the red zone at the 26.
Well, great job, and I think Coach Young was sucking him up in the middle. Oh, we can't do anything. And a little trickery and spark by the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, I think they can throw the ball on him a little bit here. And look at the pitch it right side to Herndon now. Herndon will cut it behind the blocker to the right side. Stiff arm a guy before being slammed down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 6, and second down and short for the Marauders as they are now right on the cusp of the red zone.
Well, a little momentum going, and Old Mo is definitely in Marauder territory.
Mingus looking for their first score of the season, looking to get back in this ball game against a team that only gave up 6.5 points a game last season in their 14-game trek through the state playoffs into a championship. Second down and 4 for the Marauders. Broyles in motion. Handoff coming up the middle this time, and not much doing there for Mingus. That's the keep you honest play, I guess. And they were honestly playing that up the middle and not giving the Marauders any room to run. Hank stopped for no gain at the 20-yard line, and it's third down and 4 now for the Marauders.
Mingus traditionally finds that little scat back to run up the middle amongst the trees, trying to get somebody who just doesn't see what's going on.
And Simmons is shifting formations here for the Marauders. They're going to have a wing back on the right side, a running back standing to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. 4 receiver set. Here's a snap. Simmons looking left. Simmons firing towards the end zone, and Brewer had it in his hands and dropped it at the 6-yard line, and it will fall incomplete. And the Marauders have had some chances here tonight, JB, to pick up some plays via the pass, and they've dropped the ball. That time would have been a nice catch had he come up with it, but certainly one that he could have caught.
Certainly so, and a big 3rd down conversion here. Don't know what the Mingus Marauder kicking opportunity, 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 4 from the 20. And the Marauder kicking game is going to be go for it. 4th and 4, Mingus figuring may as well from the 20-yard line. Even if we don't get it, well, at least we'll have them backed up to their 20. Here's the snap, and a handoff, a reverse up the middle to Herndon. It'll break free for a first down to the 10. Herndon inside the 5 and down to the 3. Wow, how about that? They gave it up on the reverse, an inside reverse. They didn't run it outside. They handed it off going to the left-hand side, and then turned around and handed it back to Herndon, who ran basically a draw up the middle, and Herndon picks up the big play for the Mingus Marauders. Broyles had it initially, gave it off to Herndon, who just kind of bounced off the contact at the line of scrimmage and took off to the right down the hash mark, JB, and has a first down and goal. Mingus at the 4.
Holy cow, I tell you, I don't even know how you teach the offensive line to block for that.
You bring in the jumbo package here.
It's almost like you got to go into pass blocking, just try to create a pocket so you can get all this going on.
Phil Cromer is the new offensive line coach for the Mingus Marauders, and that makes a big difference. That's a man that knows a thing or two about football, knows a thing or two about Marauder football. Of course, the son of the late, great Aubrey Cromer. Well, we got a timeout on the field, 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Marauders inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal at the 4. We'll be back after this.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Mingus High School, 1st down and goal. Marauders looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight, trailing 9-0. And Simmons set under center now. Will take the snap and hand off to Broyles going to the right side. He'll spin at the 5, inside of the 1, and he's down between the 1 and the goal line. Let's see where the official spot's going to be. It looks like that's going to mark him, JB, right about the 1-foot line. And yeah, if you got a jumbo package, this is where you want it right now. Just try to blast that thing right up the middle. I think that you try to just quarterback run right behind your center here. Don't waste any time handing the ball off. By the time you turn around and walk back or drop back 2 or 3 yards to hand the ball off, you're getting further away from the end zone. Take the snap, push from behind, and get into the end zone.
Well, Mingus has had the most success to the outside so far.
2nd and goal at the 1. Simmons under center. Hands off to the right, diving into the end zone and in for the touchdown. I don't see anybody with their hands in there.
No, he called him down. He called him down.
Right on the goal line?
Yeah.
Wow. Right on the goal line. The fans are booing.
That must be expert vision.
I think it was Broyles.
No, it was Hanks.
Hanks, okay, Hanks.
The fullback got the ball.
23.
And he just dove straight forward. He didn't make any bones about it.
Hey, that kid number 73 is pretty big. Bring him in. Fullback. Lead blocker. The fridge.
Yeah.
Here's a snap, and they're going to hand off again. This time to Longfellow. They brought in the battering ram, and he gets the Marauders on the board. Longfellow, the first carry of the game, and that's a situation where you bring in a kid like that, JB. He doesn't go backwards ever, and he gets the Marauders on the board. 7:09 left here in the 3rd quarter, and the Marauders down 3, 9-6 with the extra point attempt coming up. This is a kid they got off the soccer team, I believe, that they've got out here kicking, number 26, Alberto Quidera. Oh, wait a minute. No, Quidera played last year. I think it was a kid that was kicking off that they got off the soccer team. Here's the extra point attempt. Oh, boy, it's up high, and it's up good for the Marauders, back within 2. 9-7 with 7:09 left. See if the Marauder defense can come up with a big stop and get the offense the ball back. We'll be back to Mingus High School after the Marauder touchdown. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
There's extra point, gives the Marauders 7 as they trail by 2 now. With 7:09 left in the third quarter of play, Mingus to kick the ball off. And the one-man Watson back deep to return. The Marauders looking to come up with a big stop on their defense to see if they can get a lead. Mingus throwing the ball on big plays that time, JB. Here's Watson from the 5, gets behind a wall, and then gets hammered across the 20. Then he's down at about the 22 or 3 yard line, depending on the spot here. Big hit that time by the Marauders on special teams. Blue Ridge played on the Marauders half of the field the whole first half. Here their opening drive in the second half starts from their 25. Let's see if the Marauder defense can take advantage and stop them here short and get good field position back for the offense.
76-yard drive for the Mingus Marauders for the score, 52 of that in the air.
That's not a cheapie. Right, 52 in the air, Jackie. That's good. Awaiting the snap is quarterback Hill. Takes a snap and a handoff going to the left-hand side with 21. There's a hole now. He's caught and down after a gain of about 5. Tyler Button found initial running room on the left-hand side of that line. But the Marauders' quick defense, as Coach Young said, we're going to be pretty fast defensively, was able to catch up and bring them down after it looks like they're going to give them 6 out to the 31-yard line.
Brought down by number 11, Zach.
Zach Pelletier on the tackle for the Mingus Marauders.
We'll hear that a lot this season.
Oh, I imagine so.
Second down and 4. Hill set under center, one back behind him. He's got 3 receivers on the right. Now one of them goes into motion, and they're going to hand off straight up the middle, and a saving tackle there by the Marauder defense as the ball was run right up the middle, and for a first down out around the 39-yard line, and trying to see who it was number 9 with the carry that time, and that is our mystery player, JD.
For the Marauders.
Mystery player.
Yep.
Well, they call
Watkins with the tackle.
Oh, got it. So we will call him question mark.
Okay, does that make him the Joker?
Kind of.
Huh. Oh no, the Riddler. That's the Riddler. And the handoff goes to the left-hand side, and a little bit of room to run, catching up from behind for the Marauders. It looks like it might be Longfellow. No, it's Broyles that comes up and makes a tackle, but not before a gain of 10 and a first down as a quarterback, it looks like. They kept it that time. Skylar Hill picks up 10 yards and a first down to the 49-yard line.
Well, Mingus bit on the fake up the middle. And Blue Ridge coming out with a little bit of passion and fire here after they got scored on.
Yeah, and they've at least changed to the field position again, JB, at this point.
Yep.
Working with the first down at their own 49-yard line. And coming back to the line of scrimmage now, 3 receivers on the right-hand side, a wing back on the right. Quarterback set under center, one back behind him. First down and 10. Yellow Jackets, man in motion. Handoff up the middle to the first guy, and it's going to be number 9 again. And he's got a gain of about 4 yards to the Marauder side of the field to the 47-yard line.
The Riddler has 13 yards.
Number 9.
Bueller. 9-7 our score here. Mingus trailing by 2. And yes, that is a safety.
Fans, we're right back at home next Friday night here at Mingus High School as the Bradshaw Mountain Bears come to town. Be sure to be here for all that game action. If you can't make it, be sure to tune in here on the radio. Here's a snap, and quarterback Hill flushed out of the pocket. He's running to the right side, and he'll break a tackle now down the Marauder sideline. Stays on his feet and dives forward inside. Now they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So another big run by Skylar Hill, and now the Yellow Jackets are on a drive to the Marauder 31-yard line. First down and 10, looking for their first score of the second half.
I'm not sure that wasn't a planned keeper.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Got a pretty decent job by the offensive line. A man missed his block. We had some penetration, and somehow he was able to get himself turned around to make the block and keep the pocket from crashing before that one got away.
From the near hash mark by the Marauder bench, going away from the scoreboard. Looking to throw. Hill will throw a screen to the right side, and the Marauders converge on him quickly for a short gain inside the 30 to the 29, a gain of 2. And the catch made that time by Ben Watson. And we've got a Marauder with his hand up in the air saying, hey, Coach, I got to come out for a minute. It's Troy Carter.
Well, let's see. Watson, who predicted he was going to have a phenomenal, another big game, and that is his first reception of the game so far.
And we've got 33 checking back in. Brian Watkins coming in for Tanner Karen. Second down and a long 7 here is where it looks like they spotted it. Man goes into motion. Handoff up the middle. Number 9 again. Running over Watkins at the 20. Still on his feet to the end zone. Touchdown.
Handoff to number 9, Nolan.
28 yards.
I believe they said Nolan Cook is number 9, and Blue Ridge scores their first touchdown in the second half, their second of the game, and now lead 15-7. And I'd imagine they will just go for 1 here. However, if they did go for 2, it would be a 10-point advantage.
Well, Mingus just broke down defensively right up the middle. And a little missed tackling gave Blue Ridge the score.
They will look to kick the conventional point after touchdown. And the quarterback, Hill, is the holder. Here's a snap, and the kick is up, and looks like it's right down the middle and good. The Marauders trail now 16-7, down by 9 once again. Last time they had the ball, the offense went on a march and scored. See if they can do it again. 3:40 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after this.
16.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Back at Mingus High School, the Marauders down by 9 once again. 3:40 left to go here in the third quarter of play, and the Marauders have their deep men, Herndon and Broyles, back awaiting the kickoff from number 8, Cody McBride. McBride has it teed up on the 40, and here's the kick. It's towards Herndon, and we'll take him to the goal line. We'll return it from the goal line to the left side of the 10, to the 15, to the 20, the 25, to the 30-yard line, lowers his head, and is taken out of bounds at about the 33 or 4-yard line. Nice return that time by Tyler Herndon. The Marauders, again, with decent field position to start this drive, about the same spot they started the last one.
You know what? Pretty decent blocking scheme on that. He didn't run into any kind of traffic until he got to about the 28.
You know,
and no yellow litter.
Right, that's the best part.
Yeah.
We've learned a couple things here tonight. Longfellow will be the short yardage guy. Tyler Herndon looks like he's going to be the big play guy.
Although Broyles can break at any particular time.
We're waiting to see that. Maybe that's coming up here, JB.
Well, this might be his drive.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. From the 34-yard line, first down and 10. Broyles is the man in motion, and they'll fake the pitch to him, then turn and hand it back to Herndon. That one went for a good gain the first time they ran it. This time, the big 32 came up with the play, and that's Anthony Kinney, who is 6 foot, 250 pounds.
Yeah, apparently he saw the films on that one. This time the pocket didn't allow for the little back and forth handoffs behind the line, and it just broke down.
Yeah, loss of 3 on the play, back to the 31-yard line. Clock running, 3 minutes left, third quarter. Marauders down 16-7. Simmons is going to go from the gun this time. He's got one back behind him. It appears to be Hanks. In motion from left to right is Broyles. And Simmons to throw over the middle. He's got a man. And it's Brewer dropping it out at around the 44-yard line. Would have been enough for a first down, but instead incomplete. And that's been the bugaboo tonight of the Mingus Marauders, is not coming up with the receptions when the quarterback's getting the ball to you.
Well, on Brewer's defense, I think he pretty much had to do a full ballerina step and turn his body around to try to get to that one.
A little pirouette, but, you know, I'm the old school. It hits you in the hands. You ought to catch it.
You know, he was pretty much a contortionist to get his hands on it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Here's the snap. And Simmons looking to throw again, this time to the left side and well over the head of Brewer and out of bounds, and that'll force a 4th down. And here's where the Marauders have to make sure they don't get into trouble. 3 and out, and they've got to punt it away, down by 9 with 2:37 left here in this third quarter of play.
And the Yellow Jackets just put together quite a drive on you, too.
Right, yeah, they just had a nice drive on their last possession. Simmons is the punter for the Marauders. Now remember, he hasn't had much time to punt. He's kind of quick punted it each time. Awaiting the snap. Moderate pressure, and he gets away. A wobbly punt to the right side, and that may be the reason why. He's not trying to get off a big, booming, high punt. He's trying to kick the ball to the sideline and not give Watson a chance to return it. That one out of bounds to 34, so good field position for Blue Ridge as they take possession with 2:32 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, decent position, but certainly not the best field position they've had.
No.
So, you know, all in all, I think the quick kick did its job.
And the Marauder defense will have to come up with some plays here. They can't afford to give up another score.
No. Well, at the end of the first half, Blue Ridge had 108 yards. Now they got 184 yards of offense in the game.
Yeah, just like that. First down and 10, under center is Hill, man in motion. And they'll hand off, sweeping to the left-hand side. It's Button going left, Button cutting back to the middle, and Button down around the 41-yard line. Nice gain of 7 yards and brings up second down and 3.
Wow, they gave him a good extra yard and a half there as he was kind of skimming off the turf.
Remember, the Marauder defense spent a lot of time on the field in the first half. You have to wonder if they are wearing down a little bit here. Second down and 3. You got 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap and the handoff going to the left-hand side. And first down, still going out near midfield. And finally tackled at about the 48-yard line. And this time it's 24, Chris Johnson. Now, we saw this in the first half. Button, 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 Johnson, Johnson, Johnson. What we haven't seen a whole lot of is Chance Cox. And I think it might be with that ankle. They're just saving him for defense. Although I don't remember calling him too much on defense either.
No, he hasn't been that big of a factor in this game.
No.
But just the same, the Mingus Marauders have got to figure out a way to tighten that up. They're getting killed up the middle here.
First down and 10. Out near midfield from their own 48-yard line. The Yellow Jackets hand off to the left, and it's number 9 again coming up with a big run. And we believe that's Nolan Cook, number 9, that is running the ball. They have him listed as number 7. But now we know that's number 9.
Mystery solved. Man, they're just running behind that offensive line. That offensive line is just getting a huge push.
That's what we saw last year.
Yep.
They controlled the line of scrimmage. Every snap, the Marauders' defensive front went backwards a couple yards. See if they can dig in here and put up a good wall and try to stop them. Second down and 3 from the Marauder 45. Here's a snap, and looking to run it is Hill. Hill gets off to the left-hand side and upended. Good tackle that time by the Marauders. Acrobatic tackle at least, and it's 37. Coming up with a hit for Mingus. Brennan Kitchen with the stop, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop them from gaining a first down. Nope, first down. Not by much, right at the 42-yard line.
I thought Skyler kept that one, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the keeper, yeah.
Okay.
That was a design play. Now they've got the big fellow, 32, Anthony Kinney, in on offense. They have him listed as a tight end, and he's a big kid there, Jackie, at 6 foot, 250 pounds. He's going to line up on the right-hand side, and that's like having an extra tackle on that side.
Probably bigger than most.
2 backs in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff to the right side. The Marauders have pressure in the backfield, breaking the tackle, and then finally down at the line of scrimmage. Marauders were able to converge on the ball carrier, Chris Johnson, that time. Mingus through the hole first, and breaking up the play is Brandon Gregson, a 6 foot, 190-pound senior, got through there, JB.
Well, then he had lots of support, and that's the Mingus Marauder gang tackle that we love to see, and I think it forces a forces the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. Both teams score a touchdown, and we go into the fourth quarter. The Marauders down by 9, 16-7. We'll be back. Blue Ridge has the ball at the Marauder 42, and we return after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Coming into the fourth quarter, the Mingus Marauder brand brings us back out to the field where it's second down and 10 for Blue Ridge from the Marauder 42-yard line. Skylar Hill takes the snap and he'll hand off to the right-hand side, a couple of yards and still going, now near first down yardage for 24, Chris Johnson. And the Marauders, again, maybe arm tackling out there. There's a lot of extra running after contact. I know that. I think head coach Bob Young would like to see contact down.
Well, that's the difference between the first game and the second game. I can tell you that right now. That is a huge difference between being on your second game or not. 8 yards on a carry and a third and manageable.
3rd and 2 in what's most likely 4-down territory, you'd think, at this section of the field at the Marauder 34-yard line. Quarterback Hill set under center, looking to take the snap, man in motion. They'll hand off up the middle to the fullback and banging forward down around the 30. He's still on his feet and finally caught in the secondary at down around the 26-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. Blue Ridge, who so far in the second half has proven to be unstoppable.
Another 8 yards on the carry, and picking up clips of 6 and 8 yards a carry is going to be extremely detrimental. So Mingus has got to find a way to tighten it up.
Turnover.
We have not seen a turnover by either team.
No, this would be a sensational time to come up with one for the Mingus Marauder defense.
We will call our Phoenix correspondent and order one.
Yeah, there you go. You know he's on board.
Oh, yeah.
First down and 10. Here's the snap. Blue Ridge is going to keep it with the quarterback, and he'll throw the option out to Cox. Cox caught in the backfield and down, and a flag comes in late. Good play by the Marauder defense, and Cox is shaken up on the play. Mingus comes in there with Jeremy Seneca, and he lays out the big fella for a loss, and Cox gets up slow.
No fear for the cornerback for the Mingus Marauders. As you watch the replay,
look at that hit.
Skylar Hill just got nailed on that. And then,
I think that was Watkins that came in and crushed him, Brian Watkins. And the flag on the play is not going to help either. Man, what a great play all the way around. Sending over the tackle on the big fella. Watkins comes in and just smashes. Who was it that time? Was it Johnson?
No, it was Skylar. It was the quarterback.
No, it was the even better. Make him think about it when you're going to try to run over here on this side. And that's a clean hit because he was running the option. Yep. He had the ball, and he pitched it.
Yeah, no, he was the runner, and a 10-yard penalty to boot.
Yeah, the Marauders will take the penalty.
Man, that's almost a triple play.
And why did they have first down? Oh, it was first down.
It was first down.
Okay.
Oh, Mingus better get to the line.
I thought it was second that time. But it was first. And now they move them all the way back to the 35-yard line, where it is now 1st and 20. And Hill's looking to throw. Hill looking to go up top deep to the end zone, and it is tipped away by Brewer. About 3 yards deep in the end zone and looking around for some laundry, and nothing on that play. And it brings up 2nd down and 20.
Well, Brewer almost tipped that one away like he was playing with his 12-year-old brother.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he had great coverage that time, and the only chance was that ball getting knocked down. Yeah, you can see it here on our fans watching on Verde Valley Cable Channel 2. The Brewer had the ball the whole way, waited for it to come down. Didn't even try to intercept it, just tip it down and make it fall incomplete.
I don't think he wanted to try to get into a possession battle with the receiver, not knowing exactly where he was. But he had the front position on it.
Second down and 10 from the near hash mark. One back in the backfield. And here's a snap, and they're going to run the Marauder play with the reverse handoff into the middle on a draw that time for Chris Johnson. And Johnson's got a couple of yards and a cloud of dust, or what used to be a cloud of dust. Now it's a little cloud of black pellets. And it is third down and 15 is what it looks like at the Marauder 31.
Well, they'll give him 4 yards on the carry. The tackle, Pelletier got underneath him, and Nobert Mesa cleaned him up from behind.
Playing on both sides now. Third down and 15, JB. Ordinarily a throwing situation, and a big spot here for the Marauder corners to see if they can give those guys up on the front a chance to chase them around a little bit in the backfield. Quarterback Hill set under center, and he'll take the snap. Roll to the right, and hit as he looks to throw, and he's sacked back at the 35. Big play by the Marauder D, and a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play. And the Marauders defense forces a fourth down and about 18 or 19, and let's see who makes the initial contact for the Marauders. Coming clean on the left-hand side of the Marauder defense that time, and making the initial contact. Still can't catch a number. It may have been Pelletier that comes up with the big tackle, and that's who it is. Back-to-back big plays by Pelletier, JB, and now the Yellow Jackets will punt it away. This is where they've been dangerous. Cox standing at his own 47. High snap. Comes up with it, and a look to Coffin corner, and this one will definitely make the end zone, and the Marauders will have it first and 10 from their 20-yard line, down by 9, 16-7 with 8:54 left to go in the ball game. You got to score twice, Jackie.
Well, Dixon and Harms did a little gamble, sent the blitz. Pelletier blitzing through the C gap on the far side, might have even been the D gap, found his way in and did the perfect job. He contained Skylar Hill, made sure he wasn't going to bootleg that thing out to the right. Had to tuck it back in and keep in the pocket, and then was able to get up and attack.
Now, Blue Ridge has shown that they're able to run the ball and run the clock to sustain drives. Mingus knows they have to score twice. Are they going to look for big plays, or are they going to look to throw the ball like they did on their scoring drive 2 possessions ago? Here's a snap, and it's going to be Simmons on the fake, and the keeper to the left-hand side. Simmons breaks a tackle, spins, and he's down around the 30. It looks like he's going to be shy of the 30, and it's going to be second down and short. So I'm wondering, Jackie, if the Marauders, realizing they don't have much time, are going to start looking for the big strike.
Well, I look at it this way. You can pick up 10 yards, 10 yards every clip. I'm perfectly content with that.
The clock stopped as they set the ball, and as the ball is put into play, the clock will start running at 8:25 now. Left to go in the ball game. Marauders down by 9 as they head back to the line of scrimmage from the huddle. We saw them go no huddle in the first half.
Right.
And from the shotgun, one back on the left-hand side of the quarterback, Luke Simmons, or he's on the right side, rather. And it looks like they're going to hand off up the middle to the right side. And a couple of yards and a first down out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's Tyler Herndon with the first down carry for Mingus. And the Marauders running the play in from the sideline, and looking to see who that is. It might have been the big man Longfellow running the play in. It also might have been Felix Vera. That's who it was. Vera ran the play in from the sideline for Mingus. First down and 10.
First things first, got to execute. They pick up the first down and a little misdirection.
Back-to-back good plays for Mingus, positive yardage. Broyles being split wide, or not wide, but to the slot on the left-hand side. And a pump fake to Broyles. Simmons looking to throw deep to the left-hand side, going down the field and overthrown that time. Intended for number 10, that's Brewer, and it falls incomplete and brings up second down and 10 for Mingus. Stops the clock at 7:46 here in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, Simmons threw the ball on a spiral beautifully downfield, and we know that Brewer has been hobbled by that ankle a little bit. I wonder if that slowed him up a step or so from his normal speed.
Hey, regardless of the outcome of this one, JB, the Marauders have shown they're for real and they're ready to play. This is the best the state has to offer. Mingus can hang with them. Here's a snap, and Simmons being chased from behind is going to get free, and now caught from behind and down at about the 46-yard line, which will be real close to another first down, and Simmons a little fired up, doing a little dance over back to the huddle and clapping his hand to the coaches on the sideline. Clock running, 7.5 minutes left, and looks like he's going to be shy of a first down. It's kind of like the first time he ran it. Less than a yard here, third and about a foot and a half.
Now they're having trouble figuring out exactly where the chains go because the change crew thought that was a first down as well.
All right, back them up, way up. Here we go. 3rd down and less than a yard. Simmons takes a snap. Looking to throw across the middle. He's got Brewer. Oh, shoestring tackle. Saved a huge play, but it is a big play nonetheless for a first down to the Blue Ridge 36-yard line. Well, Brewer held on to it that time, and the Marauders continue to advance the rock down the field.
23 yards on the reception to Brewer, and Brewer just found himself wide open. Nothing fancy, just took that slot position and went downfield.
Nothing but a shoestring to bring him down. Otherwise, it was a big gain.
That's why you tie your shoes.
Here's the first down play. Mingus is going to do a reverse handoff again. Fake it to the first guy, a little misdirection. And now a handoff to the second man through, and he's rolling around on the ground in pain. And we've got our first injury of the game, and it looks like he's holding the back of his knee. It's Broyles, who was the ball carrier, and he's holding the back of his left leg around the knee area. And man, we don't want to speculate, but you hate to see anybody get injured, especially this early in the season, and especially one of your main guys there in Broyles. 6:49 left to go here in the ball game. 16-7. The Yellow Jackets from Blue Ridge lead the Mingus Marauders. Marauders on a drive. 2nd down and 11. Now let's take a timeout with the injury, and we'll be back after this.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Mingus High School, and Anthony Broyles gets up and heads off the field under his own power, and now will be attended to behind the Marauders sideline. Got a good staff to work on an injured player here at Mingus High School, JB. There's no doubt about it. Dr. Welly and athletic director, our former athletic director and trainer, Michael Boyson out there. Here's a 2nd down play. A throw to the left-hand side, tipped in the air. Looked like they were looking for Brewer again on the left-hand side. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Looked like it might have been 56 that came up with a hand on it, and that's Harry Engelhart, a linebacker that tipped that one away. Now 3rd and long for Mingus. Down by 2 scores with this time left in the game. This might be 4-down territory at your opponent's 36-7-yard line.
Now, when Boyson goes out to work on these young men, do you think he claps his hands together and goes, close eye?
Waiting the snap now, man in motion, and looking to throw is Simmons. He'll throw back across the grain, and man, the Yellow Jackets had that one read perfectly and over the head of Herndon. He had 2 players running at him. Had he caught it, he might have been in trouble anyhow. Worse than that would have been had he not caught it, and they did, because it was a touchdown.
Right, yeah, that would have been a pick 6, no problem. But 4th down by 2 scores, Mingus has to go for it here.
I think so, yeah. 6.5 minutes left to go, and they've already got the ball to the 36-yard line, 37-yard line, so it's not like you're giving it up on your side of the field.
No, Blue Ridge has had better field position than this. No doubts about it. We need the conversion.
And here's a snap. Simmons looking to his right. Simmons looking to throw down the field. He's got a man. Brewer with a reception and bringing a tackle to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown! 4th and 11. The Marauders score a touchdown. Flags all over the field. One just came in late, and the Marauders have put a score on the board, we think. There's one flag at the 19-yard line. Then after the score, another flag came in. That one may be for taunting. As it stands now, the Marauders have scored a touchdown from 37 yards out on 4th down and 11. Line judge talking things over with the head referee.
Oh, you don't want to take points off the board with a penalty.
They may be saying the touchdown is good. We hope.
We hope.
And that, personal foul, Blue Ridge. Personal foul, Mingus. Offset, but I think the Marauder personal foul was after he scored, wasn't it, Jackie?
I think so.
Well, let's see what they're going to do. Is it an official do-over? They're talking things over out on the field right now. And looking over to the Marauder sideline, Coach Young talking things over with his quarterback, Luke Simmons, and now the officials come over to talk it over. Brewer had scored on the play, and now Mingus needs to make a decision, it looks like, as to what they want to do here. And they're going to say touchdown Marauders, I think.
Well, at least Luke Simmons said touchdown Marauders.
He was there. Touchdown may be good. And they may assess the Marauder personal foul, because the Marauder personal foul happened after the touchdown. They may assess that one on the extra point attempt, Jackie, which could be big. Down by 2.
Yeah.
Or down by 3 now.
Now, interesting enough, I wonder how long they had the cannon lit. And see, there's a hit. Well, hit in the back, but that doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't
around here
when you're a blocker, right? Your defensive man can hit you in the back. That's okay. They move the ball regular spot. Now I wonder if they're going to move it back after that.
They may assess it on the kickoff.
Now I wonder if Jesse.
Nope, they're going to do it on the extra point.
They're going to do it on the extra point. I wonder if Jesse burned his fingers waiting for the cannon to go off. Man, I got this thing lit.
Right.
Well, most importantly, Mingus gets the touchdown. I mean, we don't like the penalty afterward, but Mingus gets the touchdown.
Yeah, and they're within 3 regardless of what happens here. So within a field goal with 6:20 left. A lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
With a lot of timeouts left, and the Marauders are going to attempt what is essentially, here we go, to see if Mingus can kick a field goal this year.
Amen.
This is essentially a 34-yard field goal attempt, close to 35. Here's a snap. The kick is up and blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh.
Well, we may get a chance later to see if the Marauders can kick a field goal to tie the game. 6:20 left. Marauders down 3. 16-13. We'll be back with a Mingus kickoff after this.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Right back in it here at Mingus High School. The Marauders put a touchdown on the board, and essentially a 35-yard field goal attempt for an extra point is blocked. However, Mingus is back within 1. Oh, now they're going to assess the that's what they were giving Mingus a choice. Do you want to assess the extra point penalty on them and get the ball at the 1-yard line for the extra point, or do you want to have it against you on the extra point and have it on them on the kickoff? And Mingus says we'll take it on them on the kickoff, and they'll kick off from the 45-yard line of Blue Ridge, which should be enough to kick it into the end zone and make them have to go 80 yards. Of course, you don't want them to go anywhere. You want to stop them with 6:20 left.
Well, Blue Ridge isn't putting past the onside kick.
Nope, and a blast out of the end zone. All right, well, that's what you'd imagine they do. You don't want to mess around here.
Nope.
And the Marauders kick it away through the end zone, and Blue Ridge will have it at the 20-yard line. So Mingus back within 3.
Yes.
With 6:20 left and all 3 timeouts to work with, and we've seen the passing game has been intricate to the Marauders scoring touchdowns on both of their touchdowns. They've done it through the air. Not the first touchdown through the air, but driving the field through the air.
Exactly. Well, Mingus has done it a little bit both ways, but right now, the defense needs a stop because Blue Ridge wants to run the precious 6:20 left off on this clock in the fourth quarter.
Hill sets under center with one back behind him and a wing back in motion from right to left. Handoff up the middle and a big hole for Nolan Cook, and a gain of about 7 on the play to the 27-yard line. Well, the Marauder defense came up big last time. They're going to have to do it again.
They are indeed. Now, as long as the Yellow Jackets can run the ball well, then they're going to keep this clock moving and can start to really chew up some time.
Right.
So Mingus has got to be able to stop the run and
on first down.
Yes, on first down, and force the Yellow Jackets into passing situations.
Second and short here. Two backs in the backfield, wing back on the right-hand side, and here's a snap, and it's going to the big fella Cox, and he's bottled up right in the middle of the line for a short gain. He's got about a yard. Brings up third down and a huge 2 for the Marauder D. 5.5 minutes left, and they forced another third down, and it looks like it's be closer to 1.
Cox is not well. He ran that thing so tentative with no power. He was...
Remember when Mingus used to do that?
Yeah.
Find the other team's best player, and by halftime he didn't want to play anymore, sitting over on the sideline weeping.
Right, well, yeah, and that's just because Mingus will bring it. They will hit you. If you come to Mingus, they're going to hit you.
Hey, we saw Troy Carter leave the game earlier with an injury. He's back in there now on third down. And a handoff up the middle. And, oh, man, the Marauders had penetration on the line of scrimmage into the backfield. But Blue Ridge is able to run by the Marauders down linemen and pick up a big first down out to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 4.
I couldn't tell who had the ball on that. The entire offensive line just went forward. Was that Cook or was that Cox that had the ball?
I didn't see it. I was watching the defense penetrate through that offensive line and then not come up with a tackle.
Well, that gives them a fresh set of downs, but gives us another first down opportunity to stop the run, right?
Right, let's stop it. Waiting the snap. Hill set under center. One back behind, a man in motion. They're going to hand off to the big fella Cox. He's got room to run and then chop down. Well, he got out in the open and started high-stepping a little bit, and then Brian Watkins came in and chopped them down at the kneecaps.
Well, just
Gain
like
of
that.
8.
Now, see, Cox did not look tentative on that run. I don't know where that came from.
I think he doesn't like getting hit up around the line of scrimmage. Who does?
Well, yeah, you can't get any momentum.
Right.
But that 8 yards right there is absolutely crucial as we approach 4 minutes left to go.
Getting huge chunks on first down, running the clock. It's 4 minutes right now. And second down and 2. They'll hand off going to the right side. Hit at the line and head for a couple of yards and what appears to be another first down to around the 43 or 4 yard line. And Blue Ridge continuing to chug down the field with the running game and chewing up the clock here on the Marauders. Blue Ridge leading 16-13 with just under 4 minutes left to go. This is the #1 team in the state, the reigning undefeated state champions.
That's right. Right now they are trying to keep possession of the ball to squeak out a win here at Mingus Union High School, leading by 3, 16-13.
Mingus has got to feel pretty good about themselves after this game, Jackie. They may not be happy if they don't win, but they got to feel like they're a pretty good football team, and they've got help on the way. Handoff coming up the middle and hitting the backfield, and that's what the Marauders need to do. Gang tackle for a gain of a yard, but they stop them on first down for a short gain instead of 8, and now the Marauders have a little room to breathe with their defense. Second down and 9, and they gobbled up Nolan Cook that time for a short gain.
Well, right now, the Yellow Jackets, without a first down, cannot run out this clock, but they're getting pretty close. One more first down might do it, Zach.
3 timeouts for the Marauders yet.
That's true, that's true. Forgot about those TOs.
From the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. Yellow Jackets to the line on second down and 9. Marauders, 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers on the line. Quarterback's got to keep it himself, running right, picking up a big chunk and a first down. On the Marauders side of the field, they're going to mark him at the 45-yard line. So second and long goes to first and 10 from the Marauder 45. They'll stop the clock momentarily, and head coach Bob Young is going to have to start thinking about calling his timeouts so that Blue Ridge doesn't take up, even if they don't score, they don't take up all the time you need to score.
Well, Mingus had to keep cheating inside to stop that run inside, and well-called play by the Yellow Jackets.
Clock's running now, and the Yellow Jackets are just standing there, not even in a huddle. They're just letting time run off the clock before they even go to the line. They may let it run all the way down and then call their own timeout. That's what they did. So they just wasted a bunch of time and then called timeout with 2:25 left to go here in the ball game. First down and 10. Blue Ridge, Mingus is going to have to call their timeouts on defense. We'll be back to Mingus High School, 16-13. Blue Ridge with the lead.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
First down and 10, Lakeside Blue Ridge at the Marauder 45-yard line. 2:25 left to go here in the ball game. And the Marauders are going to have to start calling some timeouts on defense, JB.
Wow, you still have to make the stops, though, Zach.
Right.
You've got to stop this Yellow Jacket squad to get their offense a chance.
And the fumble on the snap and back to the 49-yard line of Lakeside. That'll help, and the Marauders call timeout. So they'll stop the clock now. Mingus calls their first timeout. A loss of 6 makes it second down and 16. Not much time, only 3 seconds off the clock that time. And the Marauders call that timeout, and they'll save themselves a little time. Coach Young over on the bench walking along, talking to some of his offensive players, saying, hey, if we get this thing back, you guys are going to have to do it.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure that the coach of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets is going back to the huddle saying, that is not what I put on this little plastic board here.
Yeah, remember I called timeout to talk about it?
Right. Hiking it on the ground 6 yards back, that was not part of the plan.
Yeah, I didn't say to shoot the 3 with 23 seconds on the shot clock.
I wonder if Skyler lined up behind the guard.
Seen that before.
Oh, we have, with the direct snap.
Yeah.
Right to the running back.
All right, well, fans, remember next week the Marauders are at home again.
Yes.
Back-to-back home games to start the season for Mingus. Former conference opponent years ago.
Yes.
Bradshaw Mountain coming to town next week, a team that beat Mingus for the first time ever last year, and that's a payback game for the Marauders.
Indeed it is. Mingus wants that Yavapai Cup back, and
we want it back with jelly beans.
Is that what we're supposed to do? Is supposed to fill it with jelly beans?
Well, no, they are when they give it back.
Got it, okay.
And we'll put it right here in front of us for next week's game. Second down and 16 now for the Jackets as they head to the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap. And a handoff. Oh, man, quarterback got smashed that time by Pelletier, and a loss of 2 and another Marauder timeout. Mingus says this has worked out perfectly. As planned. They've taken 9 seconds off the clock, and they've forced the ball backwards about 8 yards. And for our fans watching at home, whammo! Here comes a hit for Pelletier, slamming Skyler Hill into the ground. He's not a very big guy, 6 foot, but only 165 pounds. Pelletier came in, ate his lunch that time at 6'2", 175. He really brought the hammer. Uh-oh. Well, we have a new hammer.
We have a new hammer. Hey, as a senior, Skyler Hill is trying to remember his geometry back in the huddle.
Now I wonder if the Marauders, if they stop him here, which would maybe be a passing situation. However, I think they're thinking, let's run it and make them use their last timeout. But I wonder if the Marauders might let the time run off the clock now and save one timeout for offense, just in case you're at the 5 and you need to kick a field goal to tie it.
I agree. I think the last timeout might become more precious, but more importantly, you got to stop them here.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. I mean, we're in this game.
Situational football.
Most people did not think Mingus would be in this game with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
No, and if you took the points, you're happy. Here's the snap, and they will run, hit in the backfield and down. And now what do the Marauders do? Looks like they're going to let the time run. Save that timeout for offense. Yeah, that's how you play the game.
Zach Pelletier came up and hit Skyler again, and he was unhappy about that. But I'm telling you,
Marauders,
when you sell it that you still have the ball as the fake, well, guess what? You're also selling that you're going to get hit.
Marauders are in this thing. They need to make sure they don't get pinned inside their 10 here on the punt.
Right.
And it's cost them a little time. There's no doubt about it, but they're saving that timeout. Mingus has shown the ability to throw the ball tonight, and they're going to have to here on this drive because they're going to need to pick up big chunks all at once. And that may be a reason to run because they may think that Blue Ridge thinks that they've got to throw, and you might try to pick up a big chunk to begin the drive on the ground.
Right. Blue Ridge, I think, is going to call
Let it run all the way down, call timeout at 1:28.
Now, yeah, interesting scenario here. As we kind of mentioned in the last break, all of a sudden the Yellow Jackets, the most powerful offense in Division 4 last year, playing defensive offense here.
Right, a team that averaged 29, almost 30 points a game is being held to 16 here. A team that gave up 6.5 points a game has given up 13. Hey, double.
Yeah.
Doubled what they gave up last year here tonight. We need to do more. Marauders are going to get the ball back here. Wouldn't it be nice to see Herndon be able to field it in the air with a little room to run and get the Marauders good field position with one timeout?
Good field position? I'm looking for a special teams touchdown to win this thing.
Well, the problem with that is you got to give the ball back.
Well, that is true, but Tyler
But we'd like to see it.
Yeah.
We'd like to be in that situation.
Then we can yell at Tyler, you ran to the touchdown too fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if they come after
the punt at the 15. Here's a snap, and the punt is up, and it's a wobbly. Shanked it hard. Mingus is going to have great field position out around the 40-yard line or more. That guy doesn't even know where it went out of bounds because it was so far downfield. Mingus is going to have they may have blocked it. Mingus is coming off the field like we got a piece of that all fired up. Where are they marking it down there? No way. That's what I mean. This guy has no idea where that ball went out of bounds because it was up around the 40.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, it was. Are you kidding me?
They're marking it back at the 32.
I think there's a fan sitting at the 40-yard line that has the ball as a souvenir. That's how bad it was shanked.
Yeah, that ball had to have been around the 40, 45-yard line. That is a terrible spot. Oh, here's the replay.
We can try to see exactly where it goes out, and it looks...
You can't see the sideline, but it's definitely up around the 40-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
First down and 10, Mingus. They need a touchdown to win. A field goal would tie it. 1:25 left. One timeout to work with. Pump fake. Simmons now rolling right, looking to throw, and he does throw. Has a man. Catch is made. A sliding grab at the 48-yard line. Brewer again. Here come the Marauders. Clock stopped with the first down, and Mingus will hurry back to the line of scrimmage. The hurry-up offense in play here for Mingus.
16 yards on the reception. That's his fourth. He's got over 100 receiving yards in the game.
They wind the clock. The Marauders now back to the line. Three receivers on the left-hand side from the shotgun. Simmons awaiting the snap. 1st and 10 from his own 48. Simmons rolls left, throws, and no, man, off the hands of Herndon. That's a good thing. That saved clock by not catching that ball. Fortunately, it wasn't picked off right behind Herndon, but the incompletion saves the Marauders' clock. They would rather have the clock stopped than gain 2 yards.
Well, he's got to throw that one to the front shoulder, not the back one. That is a very difficult catch to make when you have to twist your entire body around and lose all your momentum.
2nd down and 10, 52 yards away from a win for the Marauders. 64 seconds left to play with one timeout. Simmons from the shotgun takes a snap. Looking right, throwing right, has the man, and looks like the pass was errant into the sideline that time. And Broyles, who we saw go out with something up with his hamstring or knee earlier, is back in and the intended receiver that time.
Like I said, close eye.
Yeah, right.
All fixed.
Boyson with a special magic over there on the bench, getting him back in. You got to be on the Phoenix Suns training staff. Those guys work their magic, don't they? 4 down territory, 3rd and 10, Mingus now. Receiver stacked on the right this side. And be flushed from the pocket of Simmons. Rolling, throwing, and almost a big play to Tanner Karen, rather, but a play from behind, a good defensive play by, looked like Skylar Hill maybe that came up and made that play. Jagger, was it this kid here on the corner, 82?
Well, very well could be, but
now it's 4th.
As a receiver, you got to go back to that ball when you see your quarterback scrambling like that.
Yeah, he had enough yardage for a 1st down, even had to come back for a yard or two.
Exactly. If he would have taken 2 steps back toward his receiver, the defensive man would have had to have played him, not the ball.
All right, 4th down and 10 for Mingus.
Ball game.
Last time we saw him on 4th and long, they scored a big play. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Simmons pump fake. Simmons with all kinds of time, going deep down the left-hand side and overthrown. Intended for Brewer. And that's going to turn the ball over on downs. The Marauders with only the one timeout. And Lakeside Blue Ridge is going to be able to take a knee and win this ball game here tonight. But I'll tell you what, they got to have in the back of their mind, we got to keep our eye on this Mingus Marauder team, because we see them in the playoff. These guys are going to get better, and this could be a team to reckon with. Remember, Mingus is playing without 4 possible starters here tonight and the next game. So they gave Blue Ridge all they want to handle here tonight, and Mingus is going to get better here as the season progresses.
Well, it looked like Brewer and Watson got a little tangled up out there. And it appeared to have been incidental.
Right.
However, that definitely slowed Brewer up and took him out of the play.
In the victory formation are the Yellow Jackets. They'll take one snap and down it. And now Coach Young might call a timeout here. I think he knows that it doesn't do him any good.
No, it doesn't.
Unless they fumble the snap and you can jump on it, I guess. But, you know, that's not likely to happen. I think they're going to be happy to just let them run the clock out. Fans starting to leave here tonight, but I'll tell you what, this Mingus Marauder football team is a lot better than they looked last year against Lakeside Blue Ridge, Jackie. This Mingus football team is going to be fun to watch this season. They've got some big play threats. Their defense came up big in some situations, and this is going to be a lot better football season, I believe, for the Marauders than they had last year. 16-13 is our final score. Lakeside Blue Ridge escapes with a victory tonight over the Mingus Marauders. We'll be back with the post-game show coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Mingus High School, final score tonight, 16-13. The #1 team in the state, the last season undefeated state champions, Lakeside Blue Ridge, escape Mingus with a victory by 3 points over a much better Mingus Marauder football team than we saw from the performance last year against Lakeside.
Well, we have the perennial dynasty coming to Mingus to open the season for our home opener. 2 things. Major difference here in the game is that this is the second game for Blue Ridge.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. I think we play Blue Ridge second game. This could be entirely different because we had a few squibbles, squabbles, and fumbles, and the ball got slippery on us a couple of times, and it was costly.
Just about every veteran coach will tell you that my team improves the most between the first and the second game.
Yes.
So Blue Ridge improved as much as they're going to improve in between games last week and this week, and they came here with one under their belt already, and the Marauders are coming out first game jitters and all to boot. only losing by 3 to the undefeated state champs, Mingus. Jackie is going to have something to say in this division this season.
Oh, I certainly believe so. I think this is going to probably open a lot of eyes as people go around and they check scores and they check twice to make sure that wasn't 36.
Right, yeah.
36
How come
to
Blue
14.
Ridge only scored 16? That's a prolific offense.
Right,
What is
exactly.
this, 13 points. They only give up 6 a game.
Right.
Huh? I mean, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
They gave up 13 points to Sholo, 14 points to Sholo in the title game last season.
Right.
So, that's the way it goes. But here today it started, and this is first game jitters. Mingus gives up 2 on the safety. They're pinned deep, and the special teams for Lakeside Blue Ridge was working well, put us to the 2-yard line, and we ended up having to punt pretty much from that 2-yard line, and Simmons couldn't get it off.
For our fans on TV, and that cost 2 points.
It was indeed the safety. The first 2 points scored against the Mingus Marauders.
That and the missed extra point. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go. Now, let's see. It's second quarter is when the next score would take place, and 7:50 left to go in the first half. Tyler Button, a 6-yard run up the gut, and you know what? An arm tackle missed there, but the Mingus Marauder defense had been on the field for, I don't know, like
the
4
whole
days.
Half, yeah.
Yeah, they had definitely been on the field for a very long time at that point, and so it was 9-0. However, 7:09 left to go. Mingus turns around and in less than a minute goes down the field and scores. And Longfellow, his first touch of the season, goes for 6 points, and it caps a 76-yard drive for the Mingus Marauders. And Cadero gets the extra point to make it 9-7. That was our halftime score last year. Halftime, first time we've ever played Blue Ridge was last year. It was 20-0.
Right.
And we're looking at each other.
And it wasn't that close, we thought.
No, it really wasn't. And it started pretty much the same way. Mingus could not get their offense underway.
Right.
The defense was actually keeping them in the ballgame here in the first half.
Defense did a great job tonight, I thought, especially in the first half.
Oh, phenomenal. Third quarter action, 3:40 left to go, and the mystery man works out to be Nolan Cook for Blue Ridge, number 9, and he finds pay dirt 28 yards, and you know what, that was just a busted, broken play. A couple of missed tackles there. Mingus just not wrapping up and getting it done here, and Brewer unable to catch up with him, tries to swipe at the ball, but way too late.
Still never went down.
No. And into the end zone. And the Mingus Marauders give up a touchdown there, and it was 16-7. So right after Mingus scores, Blue Ridge comes back. The good teams do that. The good teams do that. Okay, you put points on the board, we're going to come back and deflate you. However, the good teams do that. Mingus came right back, 6:20 left to go in the fourth quarter, a 37-yard touchdown pass Simmons to Brewers, and he sheds a block to get in for the score. The penalty flags fly. The stadium hushes as we wait to find out what happens with it, and it ends up being offsetting penalties, but not exactly. So they do the unsportsmanlike conduct against Mingus, and they do it on the extra point attempt. Mingus ends up getting that extra point blocked, and that's why it was Mingus ends up scoring just 13 in the game.
Yep.
And then Mingus gets the ball and adds 15 yards to the kickoff so that they can kick it through the end zone and put Lakeside Blue Ridge at the 20, who started running the ball, and then Mingus able to get him stopped. A couple of self-destruct plays and then excellent plays by the Mingus Marauder defense.
And calling the timeouts to save time.
Exactly. Mingus had a chance at it. So the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets get off this field with a victory with their defense on the field and Mingus driving the ball in Yellow Jacket territory.
Yeah, Mingus played really well tonight, Jackie. All things considered, we've already laid it out. Blue Ridge being who they are and have it already played. And the Mingus Marauders, this is the team that has gelled over seasons. These guys, some of these players that they have, we've been talking about them for a while now, and they've really grown up to be leaders, seniors out here. And I think we've got a good group of seniors this year for Mingus. And I think that Simmons, the Brewer, we're going to hear quite a bit all season long. Let's take a quick break right now. We're going to word from some of our sponsors. And we'll be back to Mingus High School, first game of the year, and it goes to Blue Ridge, 16-13. We'll be back with more of the post-game show coming up after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good times, and good friends. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Susan Grant, General Manager at Renegades, inviting you to visit us, Renegade Steakhouse. We do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Mingus High School, 16-13. Blue Ridge with a win over the Marauders. Blue Ridge now 2-0 on the season. The Marauders fall to 0-1. We'll be back here next Friday night when Bradshaw Mountain comes to town. Our last update on that, Prescott was leading Bradshaw Mountain 13-0, and maybe a battle next week of two teams looking for their first win.
Very well could be, and Mingus is going to be disappointed with themselves, but sitting from our perspective in the break, we were talking about how proud we are of this team.
Oh, man.
And what we saw. Number one, I'm going to start off with this. Luke Simmons looks like he was about 5 steps quicker this year than he was last year.
He's much more poised.
Very much so. And I think as the season goes on, he's going to get a little crisper and sharper with some of the passes that were off. We got to avoid a couple of the penalties that we ran into, but I'm going to give that to first game jitters.
Right.
I'm going to give first game jitters to the safety, which was, 2 of the 3 points in the win.
No, you got to give that to a great punt and a nice play at the 2-yard line.
Okay,
the Marauders were backed up to their 2-yard line to start their first drive of the season. Ended up being a blocked punt in the end zone for safety against the #1 team in the state. The first drive, first time you had the ball, you don't want to start at the 2-yard line.
No. Offensive line, much improved.
Boy.
Oh, wow. I have to say, Mingus offensively in the offensive line showed tremendous differences from last year and the ability to start making some changes. Zach Pelletier looks like he is going to be a player.
Oh, boy. I hear his name all night long defensively.
We were Longfellow, I think, was getting eaten up in the middle.
Right.
Taking on that line.
He's doing his job.
Exactly. He was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing. But, he didn't get a whole bunch of the glory out here defensively tonight.
That one big play.
Yeah. That one rattled a cage. In fact, I've felt that rattle many cages. Defensively, the Mingus Marauders looked sharp.
Played pretty well.
If this is the #1 offense, if this is a watered down offense of even the Yellow Jackets from last year, our defense did very well here tonight.
Considering they were on the field for most of the game.
They were.
They didn't get a chance to go sit on the sideline, have a little drink of water, and watch the offense move the ball.
Nope.
They did a couple times, but for the whole first half, the defense really got worked, and they held up, and they did their job. And I want to mention again what you just said about the offensive line play was so much better this week in this game than it was the first week last year against Blue Ridge. Last year, they snapped the ball, and the Marauders' offensive line would go back 3 or 4 yards. And then the same thing, the defensive line was doing the same thing. Blue Ridge would snap it, and they pushed the Marauder defense back 3 or 4 yards. We didn't see that tonight. The line play from the Mingus Marauders was much, much better in their opening game of the season this year than it was last year.
Well, the Yellow Jackets certainly had places that they did push, sometimes 6 yards, 8 yards, but to kind of show everybody just how absolutely even this particular game was, let's go through some of the stats here from tonight's game. A 16-13 victory, the Yellow Jackets. Offensively for the Mingus Marauders, Simmons, 7 for 22?
With an asterisk.
Wow, yeah.
Should have an asterisk next to it because there was at least 3 or 4 that were in and out of the hands of receivers that were catchable balls.
Well, the asterisk might be next to the attempts, as in most attempts in a Mingus Marauder game, too.
Right. Well, they found themselves down, though, also, and needed to throw the ball there a little bit towards the end. But that's where they moved the ball a lot tonight, was throwing it.
Yep, 130
yards. Yeah, there you go.
They had more yards in the air tonight than they did on the ground. 1 touchdown going to Brewer, who ended up with 113 receiving yards off of 4 receptions. Herndon takes the lead for the rushers for the Mingus Marauders, 72 yards on the ground. Now, let's take a look at the Yellow Jackets and see what they did. Well, most of it was on the ground. 226 rushing yards, only 21 passing yards. 247 total yards for the Yellow Jackets, 237 total yards of offense for the Mingus Marauders.
Right, and look at the huge difference in rushing and passing. And the Marauders were the opposite.
Yep.
And, there's not many times the Marauders are going to have more passing yards than rushing yards. And look at Blue Ridge, with only 21 yards through the air. This was a game where the Marauders receivers and corners actually won the game tonight in their matchup.
Right, the 7-on-7 tournament, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
And Ben Watson, who predicted that he was going to have another huge breakout game.
Not so much tonight. I don't remember calling his name much.
Well, he was the return guy. Other than that, he only touched the ball once, a 2-yard reception.
Yeah, and he didn't make much of a difference.
No.
Cox didn't make much of a difference.
Cox did not make much of a difference here tonight. Cox did not have as many yards as one would expect the future Sun Devil to have. Maybe he is hobbled. A couple of times he looked really hobbled when he was running the ball. Sometimes, wow, he didn't look hobbled. 7 carries, only 25 yards, and can't recall him being that huge of a difference defensively out here tonight either.
4 yards a carry.
Right.
That's a pretty good job by the Marauder defense against a big horse that's going to ASU next year.
Exactly. And you got to love that. Now, Mingus obviously did not run up the middle a lot, didn't have an awful lot of running up the middle success, tried to hit the outsides. Anytime they did try to run up the middle, I love it, misdirection.
Right.
But any offensive line coach knows you got to be able to maintain your blocks if you're going to be passing the ball and playing hot potato with the ball back in the backfield.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is we saw a couple of fumbled snaps from the shotgun that hurt the Marauders a little bit as far as field position goes. So they got to clean that up. No turnovers. We didn't see any turnovers in this game tonight.
No.
And that says a lot about a team coming out against the #1 team in the state in your first game of the year. And you handled the ball. You didn't give it up. You didn't choke it up. You didn't cost yourself anything.
Nope. Saw 2 sacks out here tonight. Greg Charles had one. Pelletier had the other.
Oh, boy, that was a big one.
And Pelletier is definitely going to make the promos with his hit on Skylar Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And Skylar Hill did not like that, but we're going to be saving that one. Here it is for our viewers. And boom! I'm taking your lunch not today, but every day.
Yeah, no doubt. Bring some Swiss rolls tomorrow.
Skylar Hill lifted up and absolutely pummeled, abused to the ground. And then Pelletier gets up, does his little stare down, and walks away like a gentleman.
And Norbert Mesa was right there also, JB, for our fans who were watching on TV. Number 51 is Mesa, and he was right there. Had Pelletier not made the play, looked like Mesa may have had a chance to.
Right. Couple of big hits on Hill here tonight. Tough kid. Got bounced back up, but you know what? He was a tough competitor last year. He was a tough competitor this year. he could have 3-4 bruises. He ain't going to tell you about any of them.
Not real big, but he gets the job done back there.
He's very effective, very efficient.
Jack, I want to take a second here to wish a speedy recovery to Tessa Fanning, Cottonwood Police Chief Jody Fanning's daughter that was participating in the Guns and Hoses football game that we did a couple weeks ago, and we saw her go off the field with an injury, and she went under the knife this morning, Dr. Woodford, to do a little knee surgery, and apparently she should be ready for softball season. She's on a scholarship to Western New Mexico, so we want to wish a speedy recovery to Tessa Fanning here tonight, a player that we saw get injured here during our Guns and Hoses game.
Well, we should have brought Boyson out because he got Broyles back in the game.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi style, huh?
Right. Exactly, but nice to see him bounce up and get back into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, We have definitely seen seasons where injuries have changed game plans for offenses and defenses.
One of the weapons that the Marauders are counting on this year, and you'd hate to see him go out in the opening game of the season. Remember that was it last year or the year before, the first game here at home, and lost the quarterback, lost all red, lost the running back, lost, it was like boom, boom, boom in the first game. We're going, hey, we don't like this turf.
Right. But, it wasn't the turf.
No, right. No, it wasn't the turf.
No, I mean, you could look at the video, and it just had nothing to do with the turf. It was just freak, weird things, people getting rolled up on, and that unfortunately happens in football. But that's why, in the little guy football, we stress stretching and being in shape, and because you know what? You stretch, and you're in good shape, and you get bent backward, and somehow you don't break anything. You know?
Well, it helps to be a limber 10-year-old also.
Well, yes, but we don't want to tell them that.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break here again during the postgame show. Next week, Bradshaw Mountain's coming to town. We'll talk about that a little bit when we come back to Mingus High School. Final score here tonight, Lakeside Blue Ridge 16, the Mingus Marauders 13. We'll be back right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Mingus High School, I think head coach Bob Young and the rest of his coaching staff has to feel pretty good about the way they prepared their team and not the outcome, but the way they performed here tonight in this game. And like I said to some of the coaches that came down from up on top of the box, JB, if they're number one, we're number two, because they've already had a game to play, and we were right there with these guys tooth and nail all the way through this ball game.
Without a doubt, really proud of the boys, the way they've come together. And want to throw out some kudos to Luke Simmons because, like I said, he looked like he was 5 steps faster in this game as opposed to last year in the same game.
It's slowed down for him for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. Being a senior, picking it up one more year, kind of getting thrown into the quarterback position, not thrown, but, there was a who's going to be quarterback scenario last year before we got to the season, and Simmons won the job out, but won it late, so it wasn't like he learned that he was going to be a team leader back in January,
Now, he knew this year, though, and he prepared for it, and it showed tonight. He looked pretty good out there, Jackie, running the offense. And his numbers really should realistically be better than what they show because he did have a couple of drop passes.
He did, and a couple of passes that I know when he watches films on Saturday, he's going to know, yep, I threw to the wrong shoulder.
And he ran the ball tonight, and he didn't fumble.
No, was able to control the ball when he did run, showed some composure, able to run around blocks that linemen would have gotten a piece of the jersey last year, and if he didn't go down, his whole momentum would have been stopped. Not this year, doesn't seem to be the case. So if he becomes a battler like I expect him to be, I think great things are going to come, and with a wonderful job that he did here tonight, he still didn't shine high enough and bright enough to be our player of the game.
Well, he better be a battler because if he doesn't, when he gets home, I think Mark and Lori will have him do up downs until he's ready to go again.
Well, that makes you tired. Go to bed now, right?
What a great family, the Simmons. And they've got Zach Simmons is in the program right now, Luke, of course, and then they've got Kyle coming up, and just a good family here in Cottonwood. And you're right, Luke did look very good here tonight. But player of the game, I think we're going in a different direction. It's not the guy throwing it. It's the other guy on the other end catching it.
Alex Brewer here tonight, our player of the game, Vinny's New York Chef Pizzeria in the Safeway Shopping Center in Cottonwood. Our player of the game, Alex Brewer, wasn't even supposed to be playing wide receiver here tonight. Was going to just stay on the defensive back end, and Skylar Hill couldn't throw against him anyways, so let's move him over to the right side of the ball and put him in offensively. 4 receptions here tonight, 113 yards and a touchdown, and really the touchdown was his because he was wrapped up about the 12-yard line when he caught that ball and was able to shed that block, just kind of shuck him off to the side and get into the end zone. And that made this a game. That put the Yellow Jackets kind of on the offensive defense.
And we like to see that. We saw the Marauders breaking away for extra yards a couple times tonight. One that I can recall was the one that Tyler Herndon had a good run, and he stiff-armed like 2 or 3 guys and picking up a big gain for Mingus. So the Marauders are showing that poise as well as to we're not going down just because you hit me. You got to bring me down, and I'm going to fight you all the way.
Oh, yep. I will bite. Whatever it takes.
Don't stick your hand inside my face mask.
That's why I'm in the cage, right?
Call me Tyson.
I do. No, please don't call me Tyson. Do want to throw out, though, a runner-up for player of the game, and that's going to be Zach Pelletier.
Right.
Zach Pelletier, and as you're kind of watching on the cable channel 2, one of the great runs there by Herndon, which he had some breakaways, which I expect, the Heisman Trophy thing. He's going to have some more of those as the season goes on, and I'm going to expect to see great things. But Zach Pelletier, just for his hit on Skylar Hill in the last series, that was absolutely fantastic. Here is the punt right at the end of the game, and it looks as though it could have been tipped by one of the Mingus Marauders.
I think that's Troy Carter. Got through that time.
Giving the Mingus Marauders decent field position, not as good as they should have. We still lost about 10 yards on the spot.
We'd like to return the block punt that the Marauders gave up on their opening drive when they started at their 2-yard line. That would have been huge in that situation.
Without a doubt. So, Zach Pelletier, this one's making promos, I guarantee you. That shot right there.
Bam.
And Skylar Hill will remember that one.
You got to go to the sideline, get a little more air blown in your helmet after that one.
Can you blow it into my lungs?
Oh, yeah, they got machines for that. Hey, we're right back here next week, Jackie. So we want to invite our fans back out. We had a good crowd here tonight. We want to have another one next week. I think the Marauders are on their way to a solid season, and we hope for it to start next week right here at home against Bradshaw Mountain. Of course, if you can't make it out to the ball game, be sure to tune in to KYBC AM 1600, and also the game can be seen all season long and all week long on Verde Valley TV Cable Channel 2, on Cable 1 and Suddenlink cable systems. And the games are also available online on verdevalleytv.com, so check that out as well.
Well, Bradshaw next week here at home, and then we are away at Chino Valley. And then September 14th, Flagstaff.
For homecoming.
And it is homecoming.
How about that?
Last year, we shut out Flagstaff for the first time ever. And now they become the homecoming
Now they become Page.
Yeah. Ouch.
Good for us.
Indeed.
All right, fans, for Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandro. We'd like to thank Ryan Nichols and Nick Yatsenko in our truck for keeping us live and on the air here tonight, and all of our staff and our cameramen and our people back in the studios that make this thing happen for you. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to Mingus Marauder Football. We'll talk to you next week from right here in the cave.
All the way, fight, 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 go, Riders, fight.